Good evening, everypony, and welcome to Commentary is Magic's stream on today, Sunday. Okay, let's try this again.
Having good.
Yeah. Click the thing. Take two. Good evening, everypony, and welcome to Commentary is Magic's stream on today, Sunday, April 29th, 2018. I am, as always, Grandpaws.
I am Blurgle.
Jeez.
Urikurt, and patron guest.
Anamoy.
Hello, Anamoy. We are glad to have you here, even if I can't pronounce anything, apparently.
You can't words?
I can't words today. I have the dumb.
Do you know what went wrong?
Nope. Can I have a muffin?
Went wrong. Okay.
All right. We are back once again to celebrate our wonderful patrons. We love you all so much. Thank you so much for your support for what we do. And in order to reward you for this and draw attention to the awesomeness that is yourselves, we dedicate generally the last week out of each month for patron deck reviews, as well as generally a featured duel. For those of you who are not aware, Commentary is Magic does have a Patreon account, and on this Patreon account there are multiple tiers that you can support us at, and these tiers earn you awesome rewards like the ability to participate in polls and participate in live duels, challenge members of Sim or other patrons. It's a good time. Yay, patrons!
Sometimes for everybody.
Sometimes for everybody. And occasionally, when we hold really awesome streams like the one we did 2 weeks ago, you get free stuff. Like boxes and other free stuff.
Packs and seashells.
And packs and seashells that contain Selena Blues.
There's so many things you can do with seashells.
So for
Can't
today,
put two seashells at a problem.
you can put a seashell at each problem. You can put one at a problem and one at home. You can put two seashells at home.
Retire it to dismiss an opposing friend.
You can challenge it with sticks so that you flip your AJ. Wait, what?
What?
Anyway, for today, we have a pair of patron decks to review, one of which is by our very own Anamoy here, and the other of which is Cursed Chords, who some of you may have heard of occasionally. Oh, sorry, 3. I can count. Cannot count.
So, is this just the Grandpa's has the dumb stream today?
This is Grandpa's Has the Dumb and should not play in CCG tournaments before doing streams.
Oh boy.
Hogwash.
That bad, huh?
Took all of my brain power. Shameless plug for that later when it becomes appropriate. Before we dive into that, though, as a reminder, we are going into
Round
the
3.
third week. Yes, sorry, go ahead.
Round 3 of Coco number 4, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got some feedback that some people are interested not just in a core constructed tournament, but also a harmony constructed tournament. And so if you're interested in this, please drop us a line, because we would love to know if this is something that you're interested in. Especially given that Gen Con and BronyCon are coming up, 2 of the largest historically events.
No, we don't know if they're harmony or core or nightmare or whatever.
Nightmare.
I vote nightmare.
Please be Nightmare.
But we figure we might as well cover all our bases, right? We've done some core, maybe some harmony if people want to play harmony.
Sure.
And just in case tournaments aren't for you, Bugle, I believe we were looking into getting something like a local game store, just show up and casual play thing going?
Well, not store, but yeah.
An online LCG or an online MLP-CCG meetup.
Yes. Yeah. This was brought up by, I'm going to butcher this. I'm just going to say Echo. Yeah, let's just say Echo. In the MLP-CCG Discord, which you can find a link to on the Reddit. And he suggested that we just have a weekly meeting time where people can just show up and play games. Because we know a lot of people don't have a local scene, so why not just have the internet be the local scene? I hear there are people on the internet.
Really?
I hear they're wrong, and I have to correct them.
I hear people on the internet right now. Really? No one's going to say anything after
Nope.
that? Bunch of
Nope.
jerks.
Do you hear dead people too?
No.
Do you hear dumb people?
Yep.
Now I
She
do.
sure does.
I had to wait for Grandpa's to say something first.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Interesting.
All right. So,
But
sorry, go ahead, Bugle.
Yeah, the goal there is, I think we're going to try and have this. We're going to post something about this in various places, of course. But our goal is to start this this week, I believe, and it would be at 10 a.m. What time zone? Pacific.
Pacific.
Yeah, 10 a.m. Pacific in the Discord. Just there will be a room set up just for people to show up. Discord can handle both audio and visual now, so yeah, it should be cool. Hopefully, most of you can. Well, hopefully, a lot of you can show up. I know some people might have their actual LGS at that time.
Yep. So that should be a pretty good time. And if you're looking for even more upcoming event madness, if Coco isn't enough for you, and yes, speaking of nightmare format, there's the transition to use. Everfree Northwest is here in 3 short weeks, and it's going to be a blast. Everfree has historically been one of the most popular ponycons for the MLP-CCG, especially for limited format events. And if you didn't see earlier this week, Commentary is Magic posted our event schedule online on Reddit and also shared it on our Facebook page. You can also see the specific times of each event and event descriptions available on Everfree's event schedule as well. We're going to be running Draft, Team Sealed, Single Day, Harmony, and Core, Villain Challenge, and a couple of fun events we haven't had the chance to do in quite some time, specifically Nightmare format, because banned cards are fun, and Chaos is Magic, because rules are for suckers.
Rules are for chumps. So is consistency.
Rules are for Twilights.
Sure, Twilight can play by the rules. Anyone playing Twilight and Chaos is Magic has to follow normal game rules. Everyone else can cheat.
Sounds good.
Is it cheating if it's endorsed?
Kind of. But the fun thing about Nightmare is you get to play with banned cards.
Yeah, banned cards are fun.
More than just banned cards, it's rules changes as well. So all of those fun bits of power level errata, like, Fancy Pants only working when you play him. Yeah, no. Let's fix that and put it back to on airs play. You know what else we should fix? Let's make it so you get the bonus points off of confronting a problem for the first time too. That sounds fun.
Wait, you mean I can aggro again?
Yeah. But all that and more can be found in our rules document for Nightmare format, which is right there in chat now.
There you go. With that being said,
that's enough shameless plugging for now.
Yeah. Let's get to the deck lists for our patrons, starting with Animoys.
Sure. What do we got here?
So Animoy lists this as a casual control deck with the comment that he never had enough AT to do anything. The Storm King Troublemaker seemed to disrupt him more than it disrupted his opponents, and he rarely drew resources, let alone discarded them for Sweetie Belle to bring back. He thought he probably shouldn't have had both Luna Midnight and Spoiled Rich. It was a bit harder to flip to confront mains in core, but Join the Herd did help with that. The Queen Chrysalis Epic Troublemaker worked well for him, and he was thinking maybe he should move for more consistency and not have move opponent, frighten things, Troublemakers, dilemmas, all these different strategies in one deck. But he did say this was his first tricolor deck.
Tricolor is tricky. I know.
Says the man doing 5-color aggro.
Right. And you think that's not tricky?
Yeah,
No,
okay,
it's-
fire.
So the first thing to look at here is you got to get Sweetie Belle flipped.
Yes.
And so your best options for getting Sweetie Belle flipped using Concerning Cutie Mark are Captain Was, or Magical Pony, or Stick.
You could also
Or join the herd.
Join the herd.
Or Join the Herd. This is true. Join the Herd is also acceptable. And that's great, as long as you're on Concerning Cutie Mark.
Mm-hmm.
And Skystar would like a word.
Yes. The potential problem you end up running into with that is if Concerning Cutie Mark goes away, the next lowest confront requirement you have for any of your problems is 6.
Do you have a moment to talk about shells?
This is one of the reasons why a lot of confront to flip mains that honestly are not terrible, just aren't seeing as much play in core right now, is because the threat of either having that problem blocked off by a troublemaker or having the problems replaced by a very fast DFO, or even just a bait and switch, can make it very tricky.
That being said,
yes.
right, the deck was presented with Sweetie Belle, right? So how can we help Sweetie Belle flip, right?
Well, the best thing I'd recommend here is you've actually got a decent amount of entry to be able to get Sweetie Belle up to a high enough power. In this case, I'd probably just be changing the problem deck list.
Sure. Keep the blackmails. But yeah, I think the other problems could be lower. A pretty good low requirement problem for control decks is from High Magic. What is it? Equals Propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
That is 4, not 5, but 4 is Staff plus Sweetie Belle.
Another thing to look at here is you only have 3 troublemakers in the deck. A Storm King, a Queen Chrysalis, and a Starlight Glimmer. It can be nice to get back some of those, but Discord Captain might not be as much value as you're looking for. If you're okay getting those troublemakers as single plays, you could easily replace him with Rarity, who would definitely help, because then you would have yet another card that you could use that could boost your main up, and that would give you, 1 card plus your main to confront.
Yeah, Rarity and Aloe both can help you flip your main. I don't know if you want to devote that much space to it when you've already got, the Twilights and such and such. And another good problem that can help is actually the other High Magic problem, Underlock and Tree, because that can get Sweetie Belle up to 2, and that lets you play your Cadence or your Midnight or whatever.
Yep, there's a lot of good options there.
That's an awful expensive play, but
it can happen.
Having 2 power is a lot more nicer than having 1 power.
I mean, that's true.
Now, you've got, as you mentioned, kind of a lot of strategies here going on. There's anti-movement, there's forced movement, there's some troublemaker control, there's some power to win face-offs. There's a lot of things that are going on here all at once. And maybe that's going just a little wide. Something that I might recommend if you're looking for slots to include a little bit of extra consistency would be the photo finishes that you have here are, in theory, fantastic removal. But in practice, in core, much weaker. The only method you have of just flat out stopping movement is preemptive flick. And the rest of it is attacks, which is going to be location-based. Except for Luna, of course, who's great.
Also very scary and loud.
Luna is also very scary and loud. So having 3 photo finishes when you only have 1 preemptive flick, even if you can bring it back with Sweetie Belle, might be a little rough. You might have better success dealing with larger threats if you're running some uncommons like It's Gonna Work, which is an event that will let you banish any opposing friend with 3 power or more, make it easier for you to confront your problems, and give you the option of getting one of your troublemakers back from your discard pile, which could do well if you swap your Captain Waz's for rarities.
It's Gonna Work has just always been a good card, I've found. It's so versatile, it just does everything. Except hit really small friends, I guess.
Yep. Now, Bugle, you are the Hat Master.
Sure.
Does this have enough hats?
Well,
nothing ever has enough hats.
Specifically, I want you to talk about Pirate Couture and the concept of hats in general, and why it's fun to play a hat, and why we don't see a lot of hats played.
Well, hats are fun because you get to make really strong, like one friend, you get to pile up and make that one friend really, really awesome, right? Like the go-to hat nowadays is probably aggro hat, of course, is the wings, because +7 power is like, rawr, this is impressive. It'll confront everything and it's awesome. But the problem is when you put that much power in a single place, the opponent just says, okay, I'll dismiss your friend. And then you're sad.
Wing's not perfect, X smash!
Yeah, or frightened, sure, that works too. Or keep them locked down or whatever. And so it can be a bit risky. Now, Pirate Couture, of course, only costs 1, does not cost 4. But the issue here is you're not getting a lot out of it. Like, Showy 2 looks good at first, but again, if they just get rid of the friend, or they just play friends there, or they move to the other problem, or what have you, it's really easy to get around.
Or worse, the friend is stuck at home after a DFO.
Right, and then it's not doing anything.
Sure, Sweetie Belle helps you get back Pirate Couture, so in Sweetie Belle decks, hats are a little more open to consideration. But you're still setting yourself up to get 2 for 1 quite a bit, where you're losing 2 cards for the opponent spending 1. And then it's taking you another turn to bring it back when you might rather bring back something like Preemptive Flick.
Mm-hmm. Or Wake Up Call, or Ooze Cessorized.
Wake Up Call would be a fantastic choice here. Ooze Cessorized would also be another very good choice.
Ooh, Cessorized is a very good choice. That is highly annoying if the opponent is playing friends.
One other thing here that is just a little awkward, while Protect the Princess does have some cool tech with the fact that it is a resource when it's in every zone except being in play, and it is a resource when you play it, it can be brought back with Sweetie Belle. You're also running Blackmail and a control-style deck. One of the last things you want to do is be opening up more avenues for your opponent to confront, especially when you've also got Photo Finish.
This is why I think I gave Protect the Princess a 0 on Harbor View.
I think Protect the Princess is fine in certain orange aggressive decks.
You have to use it in farming decks.
Farming or other orange push for face off, yeah.
Orange
I don't think Farm wants it either.
That's another flip. Farm doesn't mind that at all.
I think it's fine in a grubber list. Anyway, just a few things to consider. There are obviously other choices that you can make here. You know, Sneak Attack gives you one more option of finding one of your troublemakers, but it is in an off color.
Yeah, speaking of off colors here, I know this is Sweetie Belle, but I'm looking at those Castles of Friendship and kind of being like, eh.
I'm fine seeing Castle here in a casual deck.
It's probably fair.
Not every player might be running 3 resource removal in a casual deck.
Yeah,
and even if they are, if they're getting those back, or if they're wasting resource removal on Castle of Friendship and they're not using it on Stick.
True.
Yeah. I suppose another thing to consider is the whole force movement thing plus Storm King doesn't actually work out.
Yeah, because you
Right.
can't shove things away from Storm King, because that, I believe, says controller, and they're going to be like, no,
Right.
I'm not paying 2 to let you move my stuff around.
Yeah.
So I think you were right on track when you said that the deck was trying to do a little bit too much. It probably is. It's okay to have a little variety. If there are cards you enjoy playing with and you want to include them in your deck because you want to see that effect, even if it stretches your deck a little wide, as long as you understand what that's doing, go for it. You know, we're all in this game to have fun.
Yes.
In whatever way we find to have fun.
Except for Gyro.
Gyro's in this game to win.
Winning is fun.
Winning is
Chaser
fun.
knows this.
Fun is a zero-sum game. Apart from that, though, yeah, it's a fun deck. You know, there's some neat stuff going on here.
Mm-hmm. I suppose one consideration. This is a super rare, so it might be hard to acquire. But you do have a lot of big friends here, and redeeming qualities is a good way to get those back.
Mm-hmm.
It's even in a color that you can play off of just your boosted main.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Just saying. Ain't saying.
Shall we move on to the next deck list? Man, I still cannot talk.
Shall. We said shells.
Shall we move on?
Seashells?
This is a pun.
See what I did there? Yes, let's move on. Here we have a casual deck of unknown archetype from Cursed Cards.
It's got orange, it has to be farming. I don't care if there aren't troublemakers.
I don't know. So he says, Giants as an idea has existed since the start of Sequestria and beyond. Back then it was simply a meme deck, running as many 5+ power friends as possible, but since then he's refined it a little and now it might actually be a thing. So he doesn't really know what archetype it is because it could be pushed many different directions. The current list is probably more aggro, but it could also go farming. That would obviously need some troublemakers. And despite the main being derpy, we should probably not just try to turn this into white elves. But if something else makes more sense, then he would also be open to changing the main.
So the initial question I'm going to have is...
Can you have a muffin?
Well, yes, I would like a muffin. Second, if you are wanting this to be a Giants deck, focusing on friends that can get very large in power, and you don't want this to just turn into white elves, where you're being very efficient at moving power around between your friends thanks to Muffin Mare's ability, why are you running Muffin Mare as the main?
Didn't just want to turn it into white elves.
The entire point of Muffin Mare is to go around boosting power. There are two perfectly other valid choices for Giants in the core format. AJ, who is, of course, stupidly strong and also ends up helping you.
She is a giant herself.
She is a giant herself. And you've got Styx in here, and she'll help you move power, and you get stupid synergies with Applejack Festival Caterer.
Flipping AJ would be slightly annoying here.
Kind of. There's also enough one-cost orange cards that I don't think it would be that big of a deal. 2 snails, 3 apple blooms, 3 AJ and rarities, and you're starting trading traditions. A couple of sticks. Yep. The second option, of course, just being Grubber. If you just want to get into orange, just run Grubber. It's not a great late game option, but if you're really worried about your entry, that is a thing to do. I would wholeheartedly endorse running Applejack over Muffin Mare if you don't want this to just turn into white elves.
Yeah.
Cheese, Aura, Bugle, agree, disagree?
Well, I mean, you are kind of the elf master here, so I'll defer to your expertise.
I am the elf lord, sir. Other elves I control get +1/+1.
Ooh, magic reference.
Yes.
No one here plays that.
True. We play good games like Lightseekers.
I mean, I bought some. What was the unscrewed packs?
Unhinged.
No, the latest-
Dismantled.
Whatever.
IKEA.
IKEA?
IKEA. No, look, they all came with the correct number of cards in the pack.
15?
Oh, come
Okay,
really?
so
The IKEA mean? Come on.
So apart from the main choice, which is really the one thing to look at here, most of the other cards seem appropriate, right? You've got resource removal in Big Macs. You've got friend removal in It's Gonna Work. And some soft removal in Bailout. You've got, Luna, who gives you Frightening, plus Stick, which also gives you Frightening. Like, all of those are good choices.
And there's Catajack, who's just like, yes.
Appaloosas and Desert Roads are obviously very good inclusions, especially when you're running as many friends that are as large as these friends are. A card I really do enjoy, and something that might be worth including in here, would be Jamal, if you want to shift it to the control side of things. I wouldn't include it in the aggro list, though. But I do believe Jamal is still a card that has a lot of value in core.
Jamal is big, but if unanswered, he is pretty scary.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he is.
He's not quite a study session, but he's still pretty good.
He is not quite a study session, but he also affects movement.
Yeah.
And that can be really nice. You don't have a ton of forced movement in here, of course. But, there's some value to be had. Redeeming Qualities gets back some of the big things that you've got. Limestone shuts off abilities. I like it as an aggro list. The question I would ask is, what's your intention with Burst of Strength? Because there aren't a lot of things here that synergize with power counters. And you're only getting one extra power counter out of AJ with this. I mean, those would probably be the two cards that I would end up cutting.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if the main goes over to become AJ.
Yeah, I'd actually wonder if maybe Highly Motivated wouldn't work better.
Again, though, if there's no synergy with power counters, other than just getting more power counters...
wants big friends. Like,
I mean, that's fair.
It doesn't need to be like a high-tier competitive deck. Like, the goal of the deck can just be, look at how big these friends are.
My friends are bigger than your friends.
Well, if that's the goal, then leave in the Burst of Strengths, drop something else, and throw Thunderlane in here. And then leave the main as Muffin Mare, and then just do that.
Sure, you've got a redeeming qualities. Why not? That actually sounds fun. Should put a Thunderlane in here.
It is super fun. It's just not this deck. Yeah, otherwise, I like it. There's some cool stuff going on. You've got purple in here. You've got enough power counters, especially moving over to AJ with sticking here, that you might consider running a couple copies of Wonderbolt's, Sweet Apple Factory. Maybe in place of Burst of Strength.
Interesting.
Is Luna the only purple card? Yeah.
Luna is the only purple card. Again.
Only card with purple.
Yes.
Go take a nap.
Maybe drop one Burst of Strength and just put in one Sweet Apple Factory.
I mean, if you're going to splash for a purple card.
Well, yes. Clearly Factory Jack. Otherwise, I like it. Seems good. Cheese, thoughts?
Seems good.
No. The Apple Bloom just bothers me a little bit because there's this one up in the corner, and I don't like that number.
Meh.
Too small. Too small.
Snails and Big Mac are 2s, so is Rarity. So is Applejack.
Snails
in
and
rarity.
Big Mac get a pass because they turn into 4s if you're willing to discard a pair of cards. Which, hey, synergizes nicely with that redeeming qualities over there.
That's true. Actually, you've got songs in this list. Where's your Spike? Throw Spike in here. He's big.
Not everything needs to be Sonata.
And while you're at it, we'll throw in some Heartstrongest Horses as well.
And
I'll stop it there. I'm not going full spectacle. It's fine.
Breaking me. Okay. Third?
Next, yeah. Third list.
Okay. Third up, we have an unknown meme deck from Drata Arcana. Every friend is a cutie mark friend. We'll make our mark is a key card because you can then burst into song, or a true friend so you can sing along, or the vote, which are 3 of his personal favorite songs. So I'd just like to take a moment here and say that if you insist on singing, I am going to get the Poison Joke friends out and insist that we fake with a tongue with it.
So I just need to call Drata out as a liar. Diamond Tiara does not cutie mark.
Okay, so Diamond Tiara, newfound friend. Card not cutie markable, yak smash!
Yep.
But it deals with cutie marked friends.
No, unacceptable. Does not cutie mark. F-. Yak smash.
It's a pretty cool meme deck. Like, there's fun stuff going.
Sure.
There's fun stuff going on here.
Is this all 6 colors?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, this could actually go a little bit more towards being a functional deck by dropping the Zipperwill Pet Collector and maybe like the Fluttershy's. Although I understand why you have the Fluttershy's in there.
Okay, as resident 6-color aggro
cutting
player...
Zippo. Oh, my heart.
Hey. As resident 6-color aggro player of Mosh Pit, yes, I wholeheartedly agree with cutting Fluttershy. Sorry, Fluttershy.
And the Diamond Tiara, because Diamond Tiara is not worthy of anyone's love or attention.
Ouch.
And throwing in the Cheerily, that when you cutie mark, or one of your friends becomes cutie marked, you can exhaust this card to gain 1 AT.
Can you cutie mark Cheerily?
You cannot cutie mark Cheerily, but you also can't cutie mark
Card not cutie
Tiara.
markable, yak smash.
Sure. Understood.
Is this just where every conversation is going to end with you today, Ara?
Yak smash.
Yak smash, indeed.
So I do actually have suggestions of my own here. Backseat Anti-Bully and Party Philly Bubble Burster to give you some actual removal options.
That sounds dangerous. Actual removal?
Yeah. Scary. In colors that you don't have great entry to. Well, I guess Babs is probably okay, but she gets surprisingly large. And it synergizes well with the vote as well, since everything that's frightened just makes her a little bit bigger.
You mean you don't want to sit there and just play cutie mark friends and have no interaction with your opponent?
Okay, look, even Mosh Pit bothered to pack some belly flops.
No interaction? That sounds fun.
Only if it takes place over a single turn.
Exactly.
This one is as close to, like, you can turn this into a Pile-esque combo by getting out all 3 of the cutie mark friends and having the Cheerlies that exhaust for extra AT, and then having more AT generation through like Factory Jacks or Paper Twilight. And then just every turn being like, whee, I score some points.
And then someone plays Party of 1.
And then someone plays anything.
Or
and then just get destroyed.
Or
yeah, if ever there was a deck that loses to Party Hard, it's this one.
Party Hard or Plan Hard?
Plan Hard, sir.
6 Party Hard.
Or maybe it cares the least. Okay, whatever. Discard some cards. Whatever. Let's go. And play some more friends.
It is adorable, though. I will say that. There is some adorable art. And if that is your intention, then you've done well. And then my suggestion would be, why have you not put the other Sweetie Belle in here?
Yak Smash. Oh, what? Yeah. You know why? Because Yak Smash.
Yak Smash Sweetie Belle, please? No. Sweetie Belle too adorable for Yak Smash.
Why Sweetie Belle Smash? No.
Yeah, Sweetie Belle Smash. Whatever. Not cutie markable.
Sweetie Belle's cutie markable.
What, Adorabetes?
Oh, no.
Adorabetes is not.
Yak Smash.
All right, would you do us the favor? Can you bring up Adorabetes so we can all see what we're talking about? The single most adorable card ever printed.
Oh my god, you're gonna make me do this. Hold on.
I'm gonna make you do this. Fair warning: this card may pose a health hazard to those with high blood sugar.
Commentary is Magic is not responsible for any fatalities that may occur by witnessing this card.
Everyone get your insulin ready.
Oh god. I'm dead. I hope someone else knows how to control the stream from here.
It's so adorable!
Dead. DED dead. Okay. Alright.
Funny meme deck, though.
Okay, there we go.
Lots of cutie marking. I would have liked to see it with the Cutie Mark Crusaders as the main, though, instead of just one of them.
Really?
Really?
That card's unplayable.
Most playable.
But the ability...
Implying Diamond Tiara is playable.
Hold on here. That ability is actually pretty good because it's just like, oh, a dilemma. No. Good luck getting it flipped, though.
Yeah. That's the big problem. All right. Well, that covers our 3 decks to review here before we dive into our featured duel between Anemoy and Colorado Contraptions. So I believe the terms for this duel were a standard core match. Is that correct?
That is correct. The only other condition was no proxies.
Okay. So no proxies. Otherwise, normal core rules.
Had to actually be able to build the deck.
And let's take a look at what our first competitor brought.
Let's start out with Colorado Contraptions deck.
Sure.
Well, let's see here. It's blue and yellow and goes fast.
Gotta go fast.
That is an accurate description. It's got a lot of good stuff going on in here.
It's blue and yellow and goes fast, yeah.
This is very similar to Realize's deck that we saw at BabsCon.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I saw it.
It's got Night Gliders, which is the big difference I can think of.
Does have Night Gliders.
There are differences.
Does not have a true friend, but does have a Changeling can change, and friends are always there. And some Repulsor Blasts. So tons of Troublemaker busting here. As blue and yellow are wont to do. Couple of Thunder Lanes, because Thunder Lane is gigantic, and if you don't answer it, he will just get away from you. Problem deck, couple of Save the Days. Couple of 2 Griffin Stones. Mob Mentality, because probably going to make some extra bodies.
Yeah, I don't think there's like a whole lot to really say about this because like the biggest things here is I could maybe start nitpicking on the what's a 1 of, what's a 2 of, what's a 3 of, but other than that, this is...
It has a lot of rainbow dashes.
It does have a lot of rainbow dashes.
It does have a lot of rainbow dashes. I think the biggest thing that I would nitpick here on is if you don't get Scootaloo flipped, you can't play anything except for Loyal Pony.
Good play, Fluttershy.
Any blue cards.
Any blue cards. And there are no sticks in here.
I found a place where I can just ask Fluttershy and be correct.
Yeah, I only just realized there are in fact no Lyras here, and that is risky.
Yeah.
That is correct as far as cheese is concerned.
That is always correct as far as
Lyra
cheese
has
is concerned.
1 red, and that's important.
Blue Fairy says resource removal, and the count to me looks like it's at 5, with 3 friends are always there and 2 Bryans.
LGTM?
Yep.
It's got 5, 6.
Although it is all in the off color. But
I mean, sure.
if you're
But
in
there's
yellow,
It's got a ton of ways through troublemakers too, so.
All of the ways.
Yep, it's an aggro deck
Including-
and it's going to go fast.
Including just dropping a Thunder Lane and outright murdering the troublemaker.
Hey, beating up troublemakers is like the best way to beat troublemakers, or to deal with troublemakers, if you can afford to.
Let's go take a look at Animoy's list.
Alright. We have Best Queen.
Ooh, running Chrysalis is the main.
And a 4-color deck?
You mean Cadence.
Not enough colors.
Yak Smash.
No.
Animoy, since
Yak
you are...
accepts not everyone play 5-color deck.
why don't you tell us a little bit about what your goal was with this deck?
Okay, the goal with this deck was, you'll notice that purple and white, the counts of the cards are very even, so I really didn't know whether to go with purple or white, and I said, well, Chrysalis does a good job with 2 colors like that. The next thing you'll notice is that almost all the friends are unicorns, and the next thing you'll notice is I have Starlight Glimmer from the Sequestria, which doubles up events. And the goal of the deck is to try to get I'm the Friend You Need out there with Starlight Glimmer to mill 10 draw cards at a time. Hopefully kind of mid-game so that the opponent doesn't really notice what's happening until it's too late.
Sure. Duplicating the events by having a lot of unicorns, and I'm the Friend You
So-
Need is a good card to copy because it only requires another 2 unicorns besides Starlight.
Yeah, I was going to complain about Trixie, but now it actually makes
But then
sense.
it turns out she's a unicorn.
Yeah.
In fact, let's count the unicorns that are here. I count 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24 unicorns.
That's a lot of unicorns.
I think you've got enough unicorns.
Not enough unicorns. Clearly needs to add some Justice Snags in here.
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
We
she's
could
back.
take the wings off of Twilight and have them all be unicorns.
Of course, the other fun thing here as well is, are we going back to just a snag? The other fun thing is you can also copy the Spectacle, which can get you back, of course, I'm the Friend You Need, and something else, like another Spectacle, or an Uh-oh, or anything, really, coming through for extra mill. It's all good times.
This has infinite event recursion.
Yep, provided that Starlight survives.
Yeah.
And you are up against an opponent who did not have hard removal in his deck. So this will be an interesting deck or an interesting game to watch. With that, are we about ready to dive into the video here?
I'm ready.
You ready to go? Yes? Everyone happy?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Okie dokie then. Do you want to roll a double six or D20?
Double six is fine.
Okay.
What is Twilight eating on that playmat? I can't tell.
Donut.
It's a donut. Also, I'm going to complain about using double sixes because it has a super, super, super high chance of tying, like what just happened. Like, it's literally the worst possible way.
No, it's not.
Double fours is the worst possible way.
Do you want to cut?
Or coin
I mean-
flips. Or coin flip. Technically, the worst possible way is throw out a finger between 1 and 1.
On the internet to cut.
Would you like to cut mine?
Sure.
All right, so it looks like Colorado did win the die roll, though. And will be going first. And that's very advantageous for Scootaloo.
Yes. That is always what Scootaloo wants.
Or I see a tiny Arqueen over in the corner.
There is a tiny Arqueen.
This seems like a pretty good hand. I'll keep it.
What is 5d6 dice poker? Oh, okay. Or you could just do even odd. I hate even
By
odd
the way,
though.
I use these for action tokens.
Just play
It
1 4
never
24.
ties. You were just talking about tying being a problem. Come on.
But I
Okay.
like the chance of having a tie.
The,
It just needs to be suitably low. That's why d20 is the
Just-
best.
All right.
just shaking my head.
Let me know when you're ready to start.
Okay, I'm gonna keep and
So out the gate, what are we thinking?
My starting problem is winter startup.
Hmm.
I'm going to play
and,
the 5th here.
As the
It all
game starts, I
depends
choose a color. I'm
on
going to choose
How
white.
fast Colorado can go off.
Wait a minute.
I think Scootaloo
Oh,
being
yeah, for
on
Crystal
the
Sky.
play
I thought you were talking about the starting.
gives
Never mind.
Scootaloo such a huge advantage.
It's for
Then
Arqueen,
again-
who is best queen?
Then again, Chrysalis being a
Alright,
Scootaloo is pretty notable as well.
This is true.
Okay.
And if we look at the starting
Me
problem
too.
selection, it's actually Winter Startup for
Um,
Anemoy, which is going to make it somewhat
hard to
more
hit my
difficult
push
for
to talk
Colorado
you
to get
and
an early DFO
hold
off.
cards and move stuff at
But
the same
if he
time.
can,
Yeah.
it's
If
going to be
he
worth a lot of
can,
points.
Yeah. That's
All
why I really don't
Pay
like that
2
problem.
for
You just don't like anything today.
Rainbow Dash Loyal Pony.
There's things I like. Oh, wow. Okay. That's one way to start a game.
Attempt to
Yep.
confront.
With no Lyras, the chance of that happening is lower, but
Yeah, you're good.
all you need is one.
Yeah.
All right. She boosts.
Did he keep his opening
Your
hand?
turn.
Yes.
Or did he have to mull? Okay.
No, he
And
said
as
he liked it a
yours
lot.
Boosts my Chrysalis boosts, and I get to choose another color. I'm going to choose purple.
So we are in white and purple.
That's what
You know,
I
it's
figured.
nice having two colors on your
All right,
first
I'm
turn.
going to take 2 AT.
It is. Imagine if he was
Yeah.
running Trading Traditions and had 3.
Oh wait, didn't we
Yeah,
do that
we-
once?
Not on turn one.
Yeah, because it wasn't
No,
possible
no one
back
flipped
then.
on turn one back then.
What was that, two Gen Cons ago?
Yeah.
Never again.
Well,
I'm
this
just
is
gonna
a.
bank. You can go.
Oh, okay. I was going to say this is an
Game
important
2.
first turn, apparently, but I guess it's just
Draw.
going to bank, which is risky because there are uneven grounds on this deck. Didn't even move Chrysalis off of Scootaloo's ability.
Well, yeah, because you gotta remember triggers. Triggers are hard. Especially
Triggers
when
are hard,
they're not
yeah.
even on your character.
Yeah,
Or
that's
printed on your character.
That's true. I've definitely
10
forgotten
is
a lot of
definitely a
Chrysalis
problem.
triggers. The worst
I
is
forget
I think I
Scootaloo
will
triggers when I'm
just
playing Scootaloo.
Confront and bank.
You also
Okay.
forget Lyra triggers. Oh no, wait, those just fail.
Yeah.
so Colorado up to 2.
Okay, I take 2 AT.
Okay, yeah, so you just banked. I mean,
and a card.
there isn't do anything else.
Oh, Anemoy just said 2 AT, should be getting 3. Hopefully
Yeah.
they remember.
If opponent went first and scored on both turns.
Yeah, but how often does that happen? So rarely.
All the time with Scootaloo.
All the time with Scootaloo, except when it doesn't.
A decent amount of the
Also-
time with Skystar.
Yeah, Skystar.
Skystar just turned 2 DFOs, though.
Okay, I'm gonna
And
pay
turn 1 confronts as
2
well,
and play
usually.
Sweetie Belle to your problem. I'm going to pay 2 and play Trixie Rock Farmer to your problem. And
Now, I understand the desire here
unless you have anything, I think we have a
to
face-off.
confront a problem, but considering he's got a Scootaloo flipped already,
Well,
and
remember,
that's-
he's also running Scootaloo now.
Okay, flip.
Oh,
and
that's
he gets
true.
the benefit first.
That's a good
So
point.
total
That's
of
fair.
7.
Ooh, paper
Ooh,
twilight.
0.
4, you win.
That stings.
Yeah, but
Alright.
each player flipped a card they wanted to see. The paper twilight going away, but
Points
also the day
and
shift.
Center.
Yeah.
Problem replaces.
Although Animal should be at 1 more AT,
And
as we
Night
mentioned.
Knight. What a fright.
Yeah, because in moving that Sweebel here is actually pretty well. I guess not so great against.
What's my
Scootaloo.
requirement on that?
6.
Thanks. So your turn then?
Yep. Alright. And 3.
Oh.
Forgot the trigger on.
Draw.
On Scootaloo. Yep.
Well,
Like
I
we
hope
said,
he remembers at some point.
do you want the spoilers or not? Because I do remember how this bit goes, at least.
No, we'll let it unfold.
All right. Only fresh squeeze commentary here at Commentary is Magic.
No commentary from the future. That way lies madness.
So how about those set 12 cards, guys?
Sorry, I'm just thinking.
I can't believe they had to
12.
ban.
Alicorn Tinky,
Take your
yeah,
time,
it was
I'll
Yeah.
do forever
pretty
myself.
harsh.
Yeah, but seeing the Redeem Chrysalis card reprinted
Oh,
was really
you-
disappointed. Problem?
Mad laughter.
Very, very quiet hissing.
I heard it. So Nightmare Knight won a fright. So Scootaloo is definitely capable of confronting, provided he doesn't even want to spend AT. He can just wait till the end of his turn, exhaust both his characters, move them up there. Intense thought process, though.
If you're not used to doing this with Scootaloo, this does actually take a ton of brain power just to remember how things move and should
Okay.
be working.
Pay 2.
Yeah.
4.
Because you have to think a turn or two in advance with Scootaloo, as opposed
Another
to
Wild
Bluna.
Pony. So
Wild
move
Pony.
Scootaloo up there.
Does he have 3 AT left?
Yes, 3 AT left.
Gotta get used to doing this one-handed. And attempt to confront.
So that wouldn't have mattered for having.
You're good.
And
What's her
bang.
face up there?
Miss Trigger on the other Scootaloo.
Oh,
Okay, I take 3 AT and a card.
so
Are we ever going to see a Scootaloo trigger?
Yes.
Okay.
okay. So we're at 1 to 4. Animoids at 1 and Colorado can grab foods. Can we just shorten that to Coco?
I actually don't think Animoy marked his
What's the
score
power
for
on
confronting on the
Wild
previous turn. I think his scorecard still shows him
2.
at 0.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it definitely does.
So 3 AT.
Okay, I'm gonna pay 1 and play Starlight Glimmer Snowfall Frost to your problem. When this card enters play, I can move an opposing character. I'm gonna move Scootaloo away.
Scootaloo, go home.
Okay.
Go home. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
We know she has one. I know a lot of people think she's
And,
homeless, but we've seen
gonna
her
go to the
house.
end of my turn.
Yeah, you can fit like 4
my
ponies in there.
stolen main character ability lets me move
Cardboard box.
Sweetie Belle.
Oh,
and,
we have a Scootaloo trigger.
Scootaloo!
Queen
And they need to be exhausted.
Chrysalis. To your
You
problem,
move
and
them,
I
then you exhaust them.
Okay,
So
there
he's
they
doing
go.
it
we go.
correctly.
He is technically
And I'll
correct.
bank the 2
which is the best kind
and
of
pass
correct.
to you.
They exhaust as
Okey-doke.
they move.
No,
You gotta be
after.
smooth. Yes, but
You may
But
move
you
up to
gotta-
2 of your characters from
I know
home
what the
to
words
problems.
say.
3?
The words don't matter. You need to exhaust them as you move.
the words do
faster.
matter because of
In-
Nightmare Star.
In one smooth action as you slide and rotate.
Yes.
I understand what you're saying. Welcome to the MLPCCG, where everything is made up and the words don't matter.
Yes.
Oh dear.
What was that
I
about?
draw the line at doing hoedowns.
This. Yeah, there we go.
Great.
Commentary is magic hoedown.
I used to do that. I can play it,
Oh, great. Now we're going to have to write one of these.
implying I haven't already written them.
Go on.
So that actually winds
my
up to
name
be
is
exactly.
Twilight.
Oh dear. But that is going to be exactly 6 for Anemoy, so he will be confronting next turn.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
So Coco's sitting at 5 AT?
He looks like it.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
Let's see. Spent 2 AT to play a loyal pony, 3 left, and yes, so Colorado is at 6 AT this
Yes,
turn.
6.
That might be enough for DFO.
Okay, I'm gonna pay 2 for Fluttershy kind pony.
10 power at the opposing problem is pretty difficult. He'd need to also have the dilemma.
To home.
Uh,
Then I'm going to pay 2 for
Well, if he's playing things to
Buckball
home,
Championship.
yeah.
Then I'm going to
Why
pay
would he play
2
it to home?
for
Did I miss
Changing
something?
can change, choosing moving up to 2.
I think he's just going to move it up at the end of turn. Also, it looks like his video may have cut out here.
no, he just played Changeling Can Change, so
I'll
he's moving
move
2 friends.
Fluttershy to Buckball.
At least that's what he said, but yes, the video
The
did cut
video
out.
Oh, I
freezes
messed
for a
that up.
moment here.
Oops.
Oh, there it is.
My problem. Oh well. Alright, well, I'll just confront my problem then.
Well, I guess we'll see what's
Well.
happened on his side in a second here.
Okay, that's all good.
Oh, there we go.
Am I still getting 3 AT?
Yes.
And I believe that is another missed Scootaloo
The
trigger
card.
for Colorado.
Oh, and also, you have to pay plus. Well, do you have to? You have to play +1 because of the showy on Sweetie Belle to move to your problem. Was that?
No, Shoei only affects the main phase action of paying 2 to move. It does not affect other forms of movement.
The main phase pay 2 to move
It-
action,
it was-
and
it-
it,
it-
does not
it-
have an additional cost.
It was not a pay to move.
Okay. The showy doesn't count then.
Okay.
Was that you talking in
yes.
the video? Okay.
That was a judge call, basically.
Yeah, Shoei is not Lunotax.
Lunatek's very strong. Many people forget.
If Shoei had had that wording, it would have been insanely good.
Yeah, if it wasn't location restricted.
Well, even if it was location restricted, but was
Any
affected
movement here.
free movement too.
Yeah, opponents can't move here, can't move characters here unless they pay 1.
I
Yeah.
could have double confronted there, but I messed up the order of things. Oops.
I don't know if there's anything you can do to make
Yeah, if he
common
had
good though.
played Buckball, then played Fluttershy to Buckball, he could have moved both of his
Can
characters
you
at
read
home
me
to DFO.
the text on Buckball Championship?
When this problem is solved, score a point.
Okay, thanks.
Now, if Animoy somehow had the ability to get a DFO off right
I'm
now,
gonna pay 3.
It's definitely doable.
And do an on Fluttershy
Oh,
to banish
Nice.
her.
Okay.
all right.
denying the
Fluttershy.
yellow is not an awful play here.
Makes it harder for him to
And I'm gonna pay 2
confront that dilemma.
and play Sweetie Belle to your problem.
To try and win the face-off, sure.
And I think we confront and have a face-off on your problem now.
Yep.
That Fluttershy is
I
still
told
in
four.
play from what I see.
I think the video
I
is
flipped
lagging
a
again.
3, so I have a
Yeah.
total
7,
of
8, 9,
8.
10, 11. I have 12.
Okay, you win that. When the problem is solved, I can frighten a friend, so I'm going to go ahead and frighten Trixie.
Trixie's getting scared.
Having a little trouble keeping your stream up to date, Colorado.
Somewhere in Russia, Hithrock is screaming.
Did I get 1 point on that problem?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I guess that's the
I'm not
one
sure
color he
how I
didn't have.
can fix this stream. Is it just lagging or something?
Looks like it, yes. Let me try something.
Okay.
It's like to Griffinstone was the new
that
problem.
enters
Okay,
play is
yeah.
to
I
Griffinstone,
think Animoy...
And when it enters play, I may move one of my characters to that problem, so I'll move Scootaloo there.
Yeah, it looks like Animoy completely forgot about his first confront,
And
so
I'm gonna
is
use
just at 2.
the main ability and move 2 people from home.
So, oh, yeah.
Oh, this one. And exhaust them.
Moving double Sweetie Belle. It's not bad.
No, but elects to move Chrysalis just to get him a little closer to
That's
confronting.
going to his problem, not the dilemma, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
You got us both. All right, good job.
Owned.
All right. Gain 3. Draw.
Ooh, that's bad. Attempting to hold off some technical difficulties
I'm going to
here.
go ahead and bank 3. Your turn.
Okay.
Oops. I forgot to do Scootaloo's ability.
You're attempting
go
to hold them
ahead.
off?
Okay, thanks. I'll move both rainbows to the dilemma.
We should be good.
Hey, okay, so now we've had Scootaloo triggers from both players.
Okay. I take 380 and draw a card. Ready my exhausteds.
Although we are technically actually missing the Scootaloo triggers, they are being kind to each other. And allowing
Sure,
them to take
sure.
them afterwards. Player's discretion.
This is a very, very high tier environment, so
Yeah, getting a pony pirate in play would be
pay 1
pretty
and
good
play
for
Rarity growing up
Colorado if he can
to
find one.
The dilemma.
okay. Growing up to the dilemma.
I'm going to pay 2 to Cutie Mark Rarity.
It's an interesting choice. He doesn't have any other characters he can actually move to that dilemma, and he's already confronting just with those characters.
No, he's not confronting.
No, Colorado
Fair
is.
enough.
Power counters for the Cutie
Buckball
Mark.
only requires 4 to confront.
Oh, yeah.
And
I understand he's probably looking to try to
that'll be my score phase then.
start problem face-offs.
I have no confronts, and at the end of my turn, I get to move 2 friends from home. So
Oh, I think he's planning for the
I
next
will move
DFO.
Sweetie
Yeah.
Belle,
Oh.
Starlight Glimmer to your problem, exhausted, and pass to you.
Would have moved the Starlight over to Griffinstone
Yeah.
The dilemma.
and left the Sweetie
Yeah,
Belle
those
at the
two into
dilemma.
the dilemma.
Got it.
Or
Okay.
vice versa, honestly. Sweetie Belle probably would have done better over it to Griffinstone.
So is there 3
Ready to
showies in
rainbows.
play right now?
Yes.
All the alliteration.
At different problems, but
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Draw.
I'd like... Should be easy to DFO here.
Provided he can get 3 power out of his hand, yeah.
Yeah, it depends on the hand. Is he already confronting Buckball? Yeah, because it's a 4, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Pay 2.
Night Glider would be pretty good.
Rainbow Dash Pony Pirate at my
There's the
problem.
Pony Pirate.
Pay 2 for Rainbow Dash on even ground at my problem.
Ooh.
Not the ideal way to do this. That's fine. And attempt to confront both.
Really, 2 AT left and nothing else to do with them, huh?
And
Yeah,
no Night Glider.
I'm waiting for that Night Glider.
Alright. Face off.
He didn't have any immediates, did he?
11 power.
He had Rainbow Dash and
Yeah,
First Mate
6
Mullet.
plus
Oh,
But that's
6
not
plus
3
4.
or
Mm.
2.
No, that's not 2. It's 3.
Flip to 4. Okay, I see.
I have 8 plus 4. I have 12. I'm sorry, I forgot the cutie mark.
Yeah. Okay, so you have 12. I have
Well, he may not have any immediates, but his opponent doesn't know that.
Sure.
15.
He also
But-
has no AT.
including the flip,
It's no, I thought he had
because I
2.
flipped 4.
He's got 2 AT.
That's yours.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
got 2 banked
cool.
up. 2 is kind of
No,
the magic
Animoy,
number.
I mean, sorry.
Oh no, Animoy has no AT.
Score a
2 is
point.
kind of the magic
Buckle
number
championship solved,
Enables a
so
lot
I
of
score
stuff.
another point.
Of having, Burrito Attack,
Send
Rutherford.
Buck goes away.
There's a number of good things. The uneven ground, though, maybe could have waited a turn.
Well, it
Guilty
sounded
until
like he
proven
didn't
innocent,
have
so
another
when that
option.
card enters play, I may move
He
my
could have paid
character
to
there,
draw,
so I'll do
however.
that. And then
Wait.
I will.
I've got to change my problem too.
Oh, okay.
We've got Applejack's worst nightmare. Your requirement is 6.
Okay.
How
And
many-
then end of turn, I shall exhaust Rainbow Dash Pony Pirate, move it up to my problem. And when I move that card, I may frighten a friend. I will go ahead and frighten. Let's frighten one of the Sweetie Bells.
Frightening the rarity
When
is a
the-
better choice here. It's a higher power friend, it costs him more to get it back to that power, and it has the same ability as Sweetie Belle.
Yeah.
And then I'll exhaust a Rainbow Dash and move it up. And I have 2 AT left. Your turn.
And then the on even ground, does that do anything to your 2 AT?
Not until the start of my next turn.
Got it. Am I getting 4 AT now?
Yes.
Alright, so Applejack's worst nightmare needs orange to confront, has orange at home, frightened in Trixie.
Card.
His cards are going to ready, and he actually does have a rarity, which is not bad because it is 3 power, although that Pony Pirate might keep moving if Colorado can manage to DFO multiple turns in a row.
How much power does on
He's
even
what,
ground have?
1 short of his
2
problem right now? Yeah. He
Okay, I'm gonna
might
pay
be able to
3
DFO,
AT
but
and banish
it's risky.
on even ground.
Okay.
Well, looks like Colorado's going to get to keep those 2 AT after all.
And I'm gonna pay 1 to pay
Yes.
1 to draw a card.
Okie dokie Loki.
And I have no
So
AT
at this
and
point,
no
Colorado
turns.
is at his 2 AT still. He's going to go
Okay.
up to 6 AT next turn.
Ready all the Rainbow Dashes
He's
again.
almost confronting that problem, but not quite.
Gain 4.
Few cards in hand. 6 to confront. A First Mate Mullet would be a really good option here if he can get another body as well. Any other body would be great. Something
I'll
to
go ahead and
confront
do
guilty until
Since
proven
you let
innocent,
me
like
do
a
it.
Night Glider would be amazing. A Thunderlane would also be pretty cool.
All right, go for it.
Okay. Let's see here.
Sweetie Belle should also be ready.
So Colorado has a pretty big lead right now.
I will go ahead and pay 2 to move Rainbow
What do you
Dash
do if you're
to
Animoy? What do you
your
do to
problem.
try and get your lead? Slow Colorado's momentum down.
Go to score phase, confront my problem.
Well, part of the thing that that Animoy is going to have to deal with or recognize is that most of Colorado's friends are minimally impactful by themselves.
I don't have enough power.
Pony Pirate is obviously very good.
Yeah. What to say?
I only have
Pony Pirate is a great card, and On Even Ground is also very good. But the stuff that he has in play
That's okay.
apart from that
I'll
is
just
average. You know, it's
pay
2
4
power
for
bodies.
Hasty Thunderlight.
So spending 3 AT to banish
there's
a
that
2 power
Thunderlane.
body.
Problem.
Yeah.
And confront that one.
Yep. So there is Thunderlane, like you said.
And now, it'd be good if he had the
All right.
I forgot what it's called. Yeah.
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 Okay, I
Just
take
wait.
4 AT and a card.
Just wait.
Do you have the third one? Or the spectacle for it?
Pay
Maybe.
3 AT.
Is he gonna play
and
Cataject?
Banish Thunderlane.
Okay.
There you go. All right. If you got all 3
Okay.
Uh-ohs, I guess that's fair.
That's a lot of banishment you got there.
That's a lot of benefit. That's also why.
Are you trying to use the elements of harmony to do that, or what?
Wait, did he play on the-
Thunderlane.
On Thunderland?
Right.
He's
but I
he's
thought-
played all 3 Uh-ohs so far.
I thought Colorado was in the middle of a DFO. Did I
And
miss
I'll just
something?
bank
No, Colorado was 1 power
and,
shy at guilty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he shouldn't have played the.
Do I have a
the
confront on
Thunderlane.
your problem with my 6 power?
It's
If he was
8
looking to
power.
save it for
Okay,
a DFO
then I have
later,
no
it would have been
confronts,
better to
so I
hold
bank
on to
one,
it.
and it's your turn.
Okie doke.
Yeah.
Gain 4.
He was able to confront with it.
Gotta move my friends. Hang on.
And
Yes.
it was one of those cards that,
That's
okay, it demands an answer. And to be fair, if you see
I'd
your
like to
opponent
move
play
it,
2
move it.
Uh-ohs
Alright.
in prior turns, what are the odds they're
Alright.
really going to have the third, right?
Yeah,
that's true.
100%. I mean, seriously, if that happens, they have the third one in hand, and they've been sitting
Gain
on
2 to
it since
move
the
Rainbow
beginning of the
Dash to
game.
My problem.
And there's a show.
And
That's how
there's
this
a-
works.
there's a
You know how
showy
this
on
works.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I'll pay 3 to do that.
I did
Now
lose
I'll
in
confront
Coco
you.
to Blue Fairy's triple stick opening hand.
If only Stick wasn't unique.
I mean, we basically had the same thing going on here with loyal ponies. Don't think we've had
Only
three
2
of
are
them
played.
Can we
Are you
can we
still
get a
there?
card that's the inverse of
Are you done?
Trenderhoof Travel
Oh, you're
or
done.
Trailblazer?
Yeah,
No,
I
nothing has
No.
unique.
No.
Yes.
Cards in play moves and
Yes.
can't have
No.
unique.
Yes.
We're now at 5.
Anyway, so Colorado's reached 11 points. Animoy's still at 2,
5
though it should be
AT
3.
and a card.
Did he reach 11 just from the 2 single
Bring
confronts?
Exhausts.
I mean, he DFO'd with Buckball earlier. That was 5 points right there.
Oh, that's true. No, that was 4. Oh no, that's right. It was Winter Startup. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Yep.
Yep. Unfortunately, it's not very easy to see that scorecard.
No, it's back there in the shadows. Yeah, a lot
How
of
many points do you have to
lot of unicorns for Animoy, but without the starlights, things get tricky.
Now, hold on a minute. Actually, I think that's the other thing there, because Coco's playmat is not quote-unquote standard size.
And draw a card.
It does look small.
Well, there's all that space being taken up by a pony on it.
I'm gonna pay 3 and play Starlight Glimmer Magic Instructor.
There we go.
to
Okay.
My problem? No.
No.
To
Oh,
your
definitely,
problem.
yeah.
No, to my problem.
No, he doesn't want to start the face-off.
To a problem somewhere.
And
What's the rec on that problem? The blue problem?
8.
8.
8? Okay.
So he's too shy of being able to do that.
Yeah, and he's currently not confronting his problem because he doesn't have the orange.
Is he gonna play an event?
Well, if he is, he'll need to play the spectacle because he doesn't currently have the orange to play I'm the Friend You Need. Trixie is frightened at home. She is hiding in her wagon. But it represents a threat of being able to do that on a subsequent turn.
And I'm going to pay 2 and play Trixie Rock Farmer to your problem.
Just play another one.
And
So he is going for DFO?
I
No,
have a
because
single
he's not
confront
confronting
of
his
your
own problem.
now.
It's not. Oh yeah, he doesn't have the orange.
You said you played Starlight to my problem, but she's at your problem.
I started to, and then I moved it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Although playing Starlight to
So I've got a total of 6. I've got
Colorado's problem, and then playing
now.
Trixie.
Yep.
Oh no, it still would have put him 1 shy. Because that's just a Starlight
And
experience.
it's your turn.
Is that not a DFO?
Wait, did you confirm
It is
that?
not. He's not confronting his
I
own
confronted
problem.
Or I'm
There's
sorry,
no orange.
a single face
Okay,
off?
now we have a
No.
face-off.
Oh, okay. I thought
Yes,
you were
Colorado
one
has 9 there.
I was gonna say I
have
thought that was a
total
single
of
face off.
9 there.
Oh, and a 1.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 11.
Yep.
And I flipped to 5, so I'm at 14.
Okay. So that puts Colorado up to 13. So 2 confronts
That's
will
yours.
end this.
Okie doke.
I'm a little curious how we got to
Score
13
2
when that was
points
a
off of the bonus.
Starlight that only flipped for 1.
Send them home.
And I'm going to move
He said,
Trixie.
That was a
to
2
my
bonus problem.
Right,
you
no,
need the power.
no, not points, power.
And,
It's fine,
this
the
is-
outcome is the same regardless.
Yeah, it should have been 9.
Yeah, 9, not 11.
That was a
Your
magic
turn.
constructor, wasn't it?
Yeah, that
And
was a
new
magic
problem that I
instructor.
play is save the day.
Oh, was it?
I confront
Yeah.
that problem, I
Yeah.
can save an
Oh,
additional
okay.
point.
I thought it was a
Oh.
Nightfall Frost.
Well,
Yeah.
if Colorado has 3 yellow power in his hand that he can play, that might just be game.
I gain 5.
Well, moving Scootaloo.
Well, I guess if he only has 5 AT. No, he has 6.
The third Loyal Pony would do it with a Singing Barrel. Or a motivational speech.
I mean, Kind Pony, any yellow friend, move Scootaloo would also do it.
Yeah, but he is, like you said, only at 5 AT.
No, he's at 6.
Is he at 6?
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and
Oh,
pay
okay.
2 to move Scootaloo up there. To your problem.
Oh, so he's going for
And there's
just a
Shoei
single
on there.
confront.
That's actually going to be Shoei
Darn it.
2.
Where's the second showy
Uh,
from?
Aren't there 2
There-
Sweetie Bells there?
No,
oh, no,
it's Sweetie
a
Belle
Starlight.
and Starlight.
Yeah.
but this
Okay.
And another Starlight.
I think we all got confused by that actually, because I make a comment here in a moment.
Showy too.
That's true, it's Shoei 2. In that case, never mind.
'Cause it sure looks like another Sweetie
I will
Belle.
just bank 6, and at the end of my turn, exhaust and move Rainbow Dash and Scootaloo. And frighten one of the Sweetie Bells.
There's only one.
Or the Sweetie Belle, I guess. There's only one there.
Everybody gets
No.
confused when there's that many unicorns in one place.
Okay.
And your turn.
Is this the
Ready
place where
my
Ember comes out and goes, you ponies all look
exhaustives.
alike to me?
Take 5 AT.
Something like that.
And
So
a
racist.
card.
Dragons are colorblind. All they see
And
is
wing blind.
and horn blind.
Well, no, because she noticed that she knew they were both unicorns. Well, she knew they both had
Okay,
horns,
I'm
I think.
going to pay 2 to play I'm the Friend You Need.
Oh, here we go.
And I'm going to have you put the top 5 cards of your deck into your discard.
Yay, milling.
And
All
then
right.
and then Starlight Glimmer Magic Instructor lets me exhaust this.
Now here I would
2
probably banish.
unicorns to do another 5.
But no,
in
okay.
your
I
discard.
think
Gotcha. So 10
I
cards.
think Anemoy might
Okay,
have
so you
realized he's not going to
discarded
catch up.
Fluttershy.
He's just having fun.
Ouch.
Yeah, I think this
2
is.
shine.
I
Motivational
think this is
speech,
a case of
2 shine.
taking the moral victory
Roll on the draw. Let's see, that's the
and saying, "I got to
first
do what my
5.
deck wanted to do."
I did
Right,
the
yeah,
thing.
exactly.
He did the thing.
Second 5 is Buckle Championship. Buckle Championship.
I can get on board with
Pulsar
that.
Blast, Day Shift, and Night Glitter. Okay.
An upside down day shift, even. Would that be a night shift?
Okay, and I'm going to move to confront on my problem, and
Oh, right,
my
because everything
problem
has
says
stubborn.
My characters have stubborn, so 1,
Oh.
2, 3, 4.
Very
5,
nice.
6, 7, 8,
Nice,
9.
nice play. Golf
I'm
clap.
confronting on
Golf clap
my
for that play.
problem, And
Wait,
it's
wait,
your
what did I
turn.
miss?
Everything he has there has stubborn
Yep.
because it's Applejack's
Alright.
worst nightmare.
Oh, okay.
So he manages to confront too.
5.
Although I would
Three.
not want to be confronting.
Draw.
I mean, sure.
That's why I thought it was.
Although he's
It was
at
like,
3,
yeah,
4,
like
5,
off
6, 7,
everything.
8, 9. Like he's at 9 power. Although Colorado's at 12 AT.
And the Shoei went away. The Shoei won, not 2, Ara.
I'm gonna pay 2.
Cheater.
And he is
Night
banking
Glitter.
too. Although I forget, does he have idiots?
There's a night glider.
And 2 for another Rainbow Dash Pony Pirate.
Yeah, so I was gonna go for the DFO here.
Attempt to confront your
No,
problem.
just the single, but single's enough
Sorry,
here.
not DFO, but the face off. I guess Night Glider is.
4.
Yeah,
All
just
right.
the 4 power helps.
And
I
in turn, I'll
seriously
go
doubt
ahead
she's
and
gonna trigger.
move
I mean, she wouldn't
both Rainbow
trigger.
Dashes
Wait,
up
wait, do
to
we have a
my
wait,
problem.
wait, do we have a face off?
Oh yeah, we do. Sorry. Let's see. So that's
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 versus
so I have a
9.
total of 11 there, and I flipped a 2.
So 13. That's beatable.
I have 9, and I
Flips.
I'm
2.
9,
A 2.
50, so I have 11 total.
11.
Okay, so that will bring
So
Colorado up to
that's
15.
Yep.
13 on mine total.
Yep. And I believe that's going to bring him to the 15 points.
And that wins me the face-off, which scores me the bonus point, and I'm now at 15 points.
Congratulations.
All right.
All right, well, seems like they had
We're
fun.
too strong.
Yep. When Scootaloo gets going,
Yeah, I just didn't get the 2 cards I needed.
she just kind of goes.
Yep, and that banishing my yellow was really annoying, though. You basically prevented me from playing 5 cards in my hand.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
banishing.
I do think banishing the Fluttershy was important, but I don't think banishing the what was her name?
So
On even ground?
definitely was a
Yeah,
good
on
call,
even
but-
ground.
Yeah.
I only did it because it was at the dilemma.
Yeah.
All right.
When I initially played the dilemma, I could
So,
have
Anemoy,
confronted, but
Talk to us about the game. You said that you didn't find the 2 cards that you needed. What were the 2 cards you were looking for?
Well, I was looking to get Magic Instructors. I was looking to get Sweetie Belle, Most Traditional. I was looking to get Paper Twilight. These were very far and few between.
That AT
You
acceleration.
did get a Magic Instructor, and you did get to use her.
Yes, I did.
You got to do the thing,
I did the.
Once.
and it was a cool thing to do. Do you think that you would change anything about your deck if you were playing it again in the future?
Oh, one other thing I didn't get was I didn't get any Singing Barrels for the Party of One I had in my hand.
Oh, yeah, that would have been pretty good. It would have cost you a couple friends in play, but it might have set your opponent back further. So would you change anything in your list for future games? Or do you think it was just variance?
Well, I wasn't expecting to go against aggro. It just seems like everything against me lately has been control or farm, so I was not ready for aggro, really.
Got a rather interesting surprise there, I think.
Yeah, it was interesting because at the beginning there, you were actually both forgetting those Scootaloo triggers because, like you said, you're not used to going up against an aggro player.
Those are tricky.
Yeah,
They can be hard to remember. I've forgotten those abilities more times than I can count. And I can count pretty high.
And the only reason I was playing the
up to
O's
15
was because that's what was in my hand.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Though, speaking of those, it still probably would have been better to wait on that second Uh-oh. I think the first one was great. I loved that first one. But the second one, he had 2 AT that he was going to lose that you let him keep, which wound up mattering a lot.
Yeah, that's me not knowing the cards that well.
Yep, but fair enough.
Uneven ground is a tricky card to play around for sure.
Yeah.
And it can be scary when it comes into play, especially if you're running a control deck and you normally want to bank AT. Banishing uneven ground is not a bad play by any stretch of the imagination.
Right.
Knowing when to banish it is where it gets tricky.
Right, yeah. I would have just waited a turn and it would have been great. Well, you would have had to have done something with that 3 AT, of course.
Sure. Still.
And of course, owing that Thunder Lane was very thematic.
Thunder Lane comes in, uh-oh.
Well, it's because that's the same scene.
Oh, that's right, it is.
Yeah.
And you're also running rarities.
No, it's not.
You basically
Yeah,
it's
not.
Yeah.
That is Thunder Lane catching rarity after her wings burn.
No. You're getting episodes mixed up.
Is that Thunder Lane from a later season?
Thunder Lane doesn't catch rarity after her wings burn. Rainbow does.
Ah.
Oh, was this? This was catching her from Spike. That's right.
That's right.
I think that is Thunder Lane catching her from lightning dust making a tornado.
Oh, okay.
Haven't seen her in a while.
No, we have not.
I think
she'll be back in the Legion of Doom. We can argue about scenes later, guys.
Sure.
Let's not take up time on stream.
Fair enough.
We appreciate each of you participating, though. We're glad to have your support and glad to give you the chance to play these matches and showcase your ideas to the world and do the things live.
Is there anything specific you wanted us to bring up? Like, since I know when you were talking about the Patron Duel, you mentioned that you wanted to be able to reveal your hand, which unfortunately we can't do for these for
technical reasons
because of how we are doing this. But I know you wanted people to be able to see your hand so that you could get people's opinions on your plays later on. So was there anything specific that you can think of that you wanted us to comment on while we're here?
I think you've commented on when to play the uh-ohs. Like, that's the kind of thing I was looking for. The other thing I would like to know was, I'm not sure when to spend the 1 AT to draw versus playing what's in your hand and trying to do something constructive with it.
Have we done our tactics talk on that yet?
Yes.
I believe we have, yes.
Banker draw or whatever it was.
Yep.
I think we did it on
or player
banking.
draw. I think it was but we also had a player draw or something.
But anyway, that is a very tricky scenario. Basically, I guess my kind of go-to rule is: can I do the thing that I want to do with the cards in my hand?
And if I drew, would I be able to do it?
Right. Would I still be able to do it?
And what's the chance of getting the card I need?
Sure. Or can I do the thing with the cards in my hand either this turn or next turn if I save AT?
Right.
I'm fine saving AT for one turn. And sometimes I'll save it for longer than that. But if there's a particular line of play that I really want to make, I'm mostly just going to be looking out one turn in advance.
Yeah.
If I can do it one turn in advance, I'm fine passing. If I can't do it one turn in advance, and I can't do it now, and I want something to do, I'll probably spend some AT to draw. See if I can find some answers or interaction.
Yeah, because I guess another reason I would start paying to draw is if I've spent like 2 turns doing nothing and I just have so much AT. But that's a pretty rare situation.
Yeah. There are exceptions to this. It really just comes down to knowing your deck and knowing what you're up against. Against an aggro matchup, as a control player, I might be more likely to spend my AT to draw cards if I can't get any kind of board presence down, just because I really know that that player is capable of going much faster than I am, and I need to find ways to slow them down.
Yeah.
In a control v control matchup, I'm fine saving AT forever.
Yeah. Against blue especially, I guess if I think there is any chance that they are running uneven ground, I will not bank more than 1 AT unless I absolutely need to. Because if it's just 1 AT, then they're paying 2 to get rid of my 1, which isn't a great deal for them.
Or alternatively, if you have something like a nap cakes in hand where you know you can deal with it.
Yeah, if I have immediates, of course, yeah, I'll bank as well.
But hopefully that gives you something you can do in the future. Thank you for participating in the Patron Duel, though. It was fun to have you here.
Yeah, absolutely, and I hope we helped you out there.
Yes, and thank you for hosting and refereeing and editing and producing and posting.
90% of that was Aura. Thank you, Aura.
Yeah, I can't make any of this work without you lot.
Something hissing something.
Something hissing something. Friends are necessary.
Something extroverts. Something what?
Something. Yeah. What?
Well, that will about wrap up our discussion today. We would like to give a big shout out to, of course, Anemoy and Colorado Contraptions and all the rest of our patrons on Patreon. Thank you so much for your regular support. If you aren't currently a patron, but you enjoy what we do, you can consider donating, because doing so, like we said, will give you awesome rewards, the ability to vote on polls, a chance to share your own deck creations, and the ability to participate in these challenges. We're also very close to unlocking our next patron bonus tier, which will give all players the ability to participate in these duels, meaning we would increase them in frequency and open them up to even people who aren't patrons. So if you have friends in your local play area or other people that you play with online and you'd like to get games in with them and have them showcased, Sim will provide a platform for you to do so. If we can get to, I believe it's 200 a month.
It says 185 on our patron page, but that's because of
taxes and
stuff.
fees and stuff.
Yeah. If you have comments or questions that you would like to send our way, or if you're just interested in hearing about what we're working on for the future, there are many ways you can stay in contact. We have our Patreon, as mentioned previously, but we also have a Facebook page at facebook.com/commentaryasmagic. We're on Twitter at CIM_CCG. You can email us at commentaryasmagicteam@gmail.com, and patrons at or above the $5 per month level get access to our Slack channel, where you can chat with us any day, anytime. Someone will be up. Probably playing League of Legends. Or
also our other patrons. We have, 10 or something on there? Well, maybe not that many.
We've got quite a few patrons on there, and many of them are in different time zones. It's a great way to find someone.
We have more than 4, which is how high a pony can count.
Yes, indeed.
Unicorns can count to 5.
Pinky can count by 2s.
Pinky can just go into the mirror pool and clone herself a few times, and she can count however high she wants.
DJ can count in base pile.
She can also make extra legs, so...
This is also true.
If you're looking to watch any of our previous videos, including tournament recordings, you can find them on our YouTube channel linked in the sidebar, and please make sure to subscribe while you're there so we can get our channel URL to be a little easier to remember. With all that said, thank you to each and every one of our viewers, both here now and watching this later. Next week, we will be back with another stream before Everfree in 3 weeks. And for Everfree, we are going to have live commentary being provided by our very own eBugle and Living Silver.
Hello.
So that will be very exciting. Check out the event schedule. Watch our social media pages for updates. And thank you again for all your support. We are Commentary as Magic. I am, as always, Grandpaws.
I am still Emperor Blurgle.
Big cheese.
Alright, Cat. And previously featuring patron guest Animoy, however, he has... Well, he's
Disappeared.
currently saying thanks all in chat, so...
Yep. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next week. Glad to be back.
Bye, folks.
Bye.
Bye.